If you're in the marketplace for a compact table saw that puts safety first, the SawStop CTS might be on your radar. But is it worth the price? I bought this saw with my own money and I've been using it for about a year. The CTS is a 10-inch compact table saw weighing around 68 pounds. It's built with portability in mind, featuring a direct drive 15 amp motor, a rack and pinion fence, and of course the game-changing SawStop safety system. It has a cast aluminum top, a 24.5-inch rip capacity, which is pretty good for a small job site saw like this, onboard tool and fence storage, and a dust collection system, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Today I'm breaking down the pros and cons of this small but mighty saw so you can decide if it deserves a space in your shop. So let's get started with some of the things that I like about this saw. The first one, of course, is the safety features. You don't buy a SawStop if you're not concerned about saving your fingers. If you don't know, the second your skin touches the blade, it connects a circuit and automatically makes the saw both stop and retract, making it a game changer in the safety world. The saw literally stops in milliseconds and it can save your fingers. If you need to cut something wet or that might have some metal in it, you can turn the safety feature off, which is a really nice option to have. You can see how the red light here indicates that my finger's touching the blade and that it will not start if I tried to at this point. The green and red light code combination are really important and tell you different things about the saw's status. All of those are listed right here on the side of the saw, which is a really nice feature. The next thing I like about this saw is its quality. It makes a great cut. It has a 10-inch blade, like I said before, so it can cut larger material, and it makes a really clean, accurate cut. A 10-inch blade on a job site saw like this is pretty uncommon. Most of the other models come with an 8.5-inch blade or something even smaller. So with this blade, you're able to get a 3.25-inch cut and get through some really thick stuff. It's powerful enough to rip through 2x4s and other heavy-duty material, which is ideal if you're bringing this saw to a construction site or just using it at home in your workshop like I am. It is worth mentioning that with a 10-inch blade, it is hard for that motor to spin it around. And so what I ended up doing is getting a thin kerf blade, and that makes it cut through material a lot easier. The blade that comes stock with this machine is not a very high quality blade. So it's worth noting that you might need to upgrade if you get one yourself. Despite the small size, the CTS feels rock solid. The cast aluminum tabletop stays flat and stable even under pressure. Another thing I like about this saw is the rack and pinion fence. It can go both on the right and the left side of the blade and has several different settings and adjustments that make it easy to use depending on what type of material and how thick or thin it is that you need to cut. Adjusting the fence is a smooth and precise process, and it's surprisingly refined for a small portable saw like this. I like that it's stored on the glides itself, and you can easily take it off or on or store it away if you don't need to use it. The fence also has storage for a push stick, which I like because that's what I'm used to using on my old DeWalt saw. It's not quite as easy to lock the push stick into place, but I got used to it after just a few times using it. The on-off switch is huge, and it's easy to knock off with your knee if you need to, if your hands are busy with a big piece of material. And if you need to flip it on blind, it's really easy to find and do that. The mechanism that adjusts the degree of the blade is really easy to use. In addition to adjusting the height of the blade, you can also squeeze the wheel together and make large adjustments with the degrees, or this little wheel behind the gear can be turned left or right to make micro adjustments as well. I like that the insert that it comes with is easy to get in and out, and it comes with zero clearance, which is nice so you don't have to make one for yourself. The last thing I really like about this saw is the onboard tool storage. Every tool you need to operate and maintain this saw is stored right here in this compartment. It tucks away really easily and compactly, and you can tell somebody put a lot of time and effort in designing exactly how all these little tools and attachments fit into this little compartment. It's so discreet it took me a minute to find it when I first opened this saw up. You can easily take out the tools and accessories that you need and leave the other ones in there that you don't, and that doesn't create any problems at all. And then when you're done with whatever it is you're using, you can just put it right back and tuck it away. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of things that I do not like about this saw. First and foremost, I have had a huge problem with the dust collection. I've tried both a shop vac and a dust collector, and neither of them do a great job at sucking shavings and chips out of the machine as I'm using it. I'm constantly having to clean up all around the saw because it leaves a huge mess. I found that the dust port clogs pretty easily, which then just creates even more dust and it kind of blows it back in your face, especially if you're ripping through a bunch of material at once. I've pretty much learned that you always need to be using a dust mask when using this saw, which having a dust collector or a shop vac connected to it is a little bit of an inconvenience. For the premium price, I would have expected a little bit better dust collection. I had a DeWalt Jobsite Saw before this one, and the dust collection on it did a much better job. And so if dust collection is important to you and your workspace, I really want you to go into this with eyes wide open because it is an issue for this saw. Now the next thing, and this isn't really even a con, but it is expensive compared to other job site saws. In this case, you're paying a premium for the safety, but it's a tough pill to swallow, especially if you're on a budget. In addition to that, and hopefully this never happens, but if the safety feature does trigger, it's going to cost you another $100 or so just to replace the blade and the cartridge. Another slight drawback to this saw is that it is really heavy. It's about 15 pounds heavier than its competitors. And for me, in my shop where I'm using it on a cart like this, that is no problem. But if you're trying to lug it back and forth to the job site every day, that can become a huge pain. This is a cart I built several years ago for my DeWalt saw, and I just had to make some slight modifications to it to make it fit this one. Okay, now one more minor issue that I have with this saw is that the arbor is not long enough to support a dado stack. This isn't a huge deal for me personally, but if you're making small cabinets or other sorts of furniture where you need to make a dado, this saw is not the saw for you. And I don't know the ins and outs of what goes into making a saw like this, but that seems like something that for the premium price, SawStop could have incorporated into this saw. All right, so obviously everybody that has a table saw has different needs. In my opinion, this saw is perfect for woodworkers who prioritize safety and portability. I'm thinking people that have garage shops, mobile contractors, or serious hobbyists like myself. But if you need more power or need to make dado cuts, or if you have full plywood sheets that you need to rip that are wider than 24.5 inches long, this might not be the right fit. The SawStop CTS brings industry-leading safety features to a compact form, and it does so with a great build quality and amazing precision. But that comes at a premium and with a few trade-offs. If safety is non-negotiable for you and you don't have the space for the large cabinet style SawStop, then this saw, the CTS, earns its place. You just need to know what you're giving up. So let me know in the comments what you think. Is the CTS worth the investment to you? Would you pick safety over dust collection and some of the other things I mentioned? If you got value out of this video, give it a like and subscribe for more tool reviews, and I'll see you on the next one. This table saw cart has played a major role in my side gig as a wannabe DIY content creator. It was my first viral video on TikTok and also my first video to get any real traction on YouTube. Believe it or not, over the past few years, I've sold over 1,400 of the digital plans, and that completely blows my mind. Well, I used some of that extra money and bought myself a SawStop. If you don't know, a SawStop is a tool that the blade automatically disengages as soon as it makes contact with your finger. The only problem is that it's a little larger than the DeWalt saw that I built the cart for, so I had to make some modifications. I started by removing the infeed table, which was probably my favorite feature of this cart because it made ripping longer strips so much easier. And since the SawStop is about 1 inch taller than the DeWalt, I had to raise the outfeed high enough to be of any real use. I just did this with a couple of plywood strips, and then lastly I had to fill the grooves and route new ones so that the miter gauge and crosscut sled would work appropriately. After a little sanding and a heavy coat of wax, I'm back in business. I'm not gonna lie, this was a little like the end of an era for me, but hopefully it means that I'll get to keep all my fingers.